It is Robert without Royer at Just Drinking. We're in the bar and we got some fantastic rum news tonight. We're going to be talking about if Bacardi is misleading us. And we're going to be talking about if you should invest in some rum. Now, this isn't an investment channel, but we got some things to talk about, as well as we've got some really fun rum news. And if we're lucky enough, if we think about it hard enough and try to really will it into existence, a Royer might pop up. I don't know. We're going to see. We're going to see as the show goes on. But as we're getting here, Fred, how you doing? Number one at the top. Fred taking leaderboard today. I love it. Jeremy's in the house. How you doing? We got Chris in the house tonight. Love it. And we got Greg here, ready to mix up some cocktails. That's awesome. And Sean, how you doing? Welcome. Cheers, everyone, as you guys are coming in. As you're coming in, if you're new, introduce yourself. This is the most welcoming rum hangout spot in all of the world, all of the YouTube, all of the Google. Everyone here is really helpful if you're on your rum journey, as well as let me know, no matter who you are, if you're new or not, what you're drinking. Where and if you're new, I want to know where you're from too. But what you're drinking tonight, what's in the glass, even if it's some Dolphin on the rocks, some water and ice, I'm good with that. I just want to hear what you guys are having as your little sip along drink tonight. And we're gonna have fun. Why? Because there's no rules until Royer gets here. So first up, I got a surprise for Royer that Royer doesn't know about. He's ought to do a shot. I got it all prepped and ready for him here. So we're gonna make sure that if he appears tonight, he's going to never know what hit him, because we're going to make sure that he knows that when you miss an evening of just drinking and you don't bring me, first of all, you don't bring me to Hawaii. That right there constitutes enough for me to make him do a shot. So that's going to happen no matter what. If he doesn't show up tonight, he's just going to have to do 2 next week, because that's 2 weeks that he missed, and he didn't take me to Hawaii. It should be 3, so he's lucky. Now, if you guys haven't yet, make sure that you hit that thumbs up button. We'd appreciate it so much. Let's more people know we're drinking rum, talking about rum, hanging out with other rum people. And if you guys go down into the little links down below there, we've got our Just Drinking After Hours Facebook group, where there's an awesome hangout spot where we got people sharing their cocktails, other rum news, and just a fun spot to collaborate and talk about some other rum-related items when we're not on the show, as well as we've got our Patreon with our rum club in it right there. So if you want some rum shipped straight to your doorstep, and make sure you're getting some premium rums and getting to sip along with other rum club members, that you guys go check out that link down below. We'll get it shipped right to your doorstep. Having a lot of fun. As for all the new people, speaking on this, the new rum club members, we had 6 of you in the last 30 days. So we have gotten everything submitted out to the distillers. So if you guys are wondering where stuff is at, what's going on, where's my rum? Oh my gosh, I just signed up. Robert told me there was going to be rum. Where is it at? We have it submitted. It is in the distillers' hands. So I'll be getting an update probably towards the end of the week on that. But we've got it out. Doc Brown's got it in his inbox. I know that Everglades White Lightning Rum has got it. Alfredo's got it in his hands. And we know that in 2 weeks, Just Rum will be shipping out theirs as well in mid-June, because they got to get some boxes so that they can send it to you. So now that we got the housekeeping out of the way, make sure those thumbs ups really help us out. Appreciate each and every one of you for coming to hang out with me all by myself. And I'm going to take this sip of drink. It's a lot of work, guys. I'm working double time today. So I hope you guys are having a fantastic evening. Let's see what you got going on here. We've got Bacardi is misleading customers. Greg's calling shots. It's like, Bacardi is. This isn't even a question. Are they? Sean says, guess I'll sip some Oakheart, right? He's got it. I know it's here. I know where the unopened bottles are, but I'm not that mean, so I'm not going to break into that stash. But I know he's got open bottles somewhere in this household, but I don't know where they are. He was well aware of what happened last time, so he took precautions. That being said, it didn't stop me. If you guys are noticing some holes up here, over here, over here, this is what happens when Royer leaves. Is me and our cameraman Jesse have broke into the rum supply and helped ourselves to some fantastic bottles of rum. So there's some rum missing. Let's see here. If he doesn't show up, you'll have to drink the shot. Nope, it will sit here. He will have a week-long aged, basement-aged Stro 160 is what he will get, because it will sit here until next week, and then he will drink it. So if it hasn't already, the fumes haven't already made it to the upstairs by then, he's going to have to drink it next week. Hello, Pirates. Phil, how you doing? Welcome in. Hello, fellow rum lovers. I'm having Mount Gay Eclipse tonight. There we go. Getting into Mount Gay. Alton, welcome in. Double time, double rum. That's what I'm talking about, right? You gotta. I mean, I did put 2 shots in mine too, so we're ready to roll. I got my order of Kuleana yesterday. I'll have to open a bottle tonight. Which one should I start with? Great question. If you're mixing cocktails, go with the Hawaiian Rum Agricole. If you're just sipping along, having it maybe in just a Diet Coke or a Diet Pepsi or a regular Coke Pepsi, and you're just wanting to have it on the rocks or neat or whatever it is, I choose the Nanea. That is a fantastic rum. It is one of my absolute favorites to just sip on. That's my recommendation. Royer's recommendation is he hates rum and no longer thinks anybody should drink it. And he's now against it completely, and he's drinking gin. I don't know what's going on. So we're going to have to figure that out. We're just going to have some answers for these questions at some point. But it's a problem. It's a real problem what happens when you leave the show for a certain amount of time. If you guys don't want to fall into that trap, make sure you come back each and every week, because we'll remind you of all the good reasons, and we have a lot of them, why you shouldn't leave rum for anything else. You should try some other stuff, but we all know where the best stuff is. It's right here in Rumland, which is we call it the rum capital of the United States, which is our basement, which I think is very fitting. I think it fits perfectly. What's up, rum fam? Drinking some Kahlua dark rum and Coke tonight. Chris, welcome. Love it. Absolutely amazing. Nanea it is. There you go, Jeremy. Bam. Good Dr. Cocktail Plantation OFTD. Southern Amaro and Dr. Pepper. Phil, doing it up big. Loving it. Loving that. Now, I got to ask you guys, we got some rum news that we got to get into, so we're going to get into it. But before we do, would you like me to bring on my special guest tonight? Because quite frankly, I'm not sure if we really want him on the show anymore, or, if he's still drinking rum at this point. We'll find out. But do you guys think that we should allow our special guest tonight to appear before we get into rum news, or should we just make him wait until the absolute end? I mean, quite frankly, I'm good with either. Fred says no. Nope. I got one no, and nobody so far. That's 100% for we should just leave him off the show. I'm just saying that's where we're at right now. So I'm going to get into my first bit of gin for the win. Chris, I know he's a gin drinker now. Hello, everyone drinking some lime and coconut from Shipwreck. What's in it for us? Absolutely nothing. That's what I'm saying. It's not even worth it. I say we get into rum news. I mean, he doesn't really need to be on the show. I mean, quite frankly, I feel like we're doing good as a team here. I feel like we're really doing well. Yeah, there's hands coming into the corner over here. Our guests just are impatient. So Oh, yeah. He has found the surprise as well. All right, guys, I'm going to bring it on. Without further ado, we're going to get into the rum news in just a minute. But let's give a warm round of applause for the Gin King of the world, Gin Daddy Royer.
I'm back. What can I say?
Now, Royer, I have a couple of questions for you.
Oh, awesome.
First one is did you actually leave, or did you just go rent a hotel 20 minutes up the road?
20 minutes, Waverly.
Yeah, you're just over in Waverly, Iowa, enjoying some sun.
No, actually, we've been traveling. I've been up actually for over 34 hours.
34 hours.
Yeah, about that.
If there's one thing I know is that the show gets better the more sleep deprived you are.
I was kind of nervous about coming on because I'm like,
yeah.
It was a long drive back from Minneapolis. So
I bet.
It was.
I'm sure you caught some good Z's on the airplane.
No.
Been in Hawaii,
No.
Slept soundly on the way home,
No.
which is good.
Yeah.
So I'm excited. So before we get too far, who's going to rant? Exactly. That's why we had to bring him on. Royer, you have a special drink in front of you.
Do I?
This is specially for you from us.
Oh, really?
Because of how much we appreciate your contributions.
Is this like Stro 160 here?
It's not like Stro 160.
It
is Stro
awesome.
160.
So I gotta be readmitted back to my own bar.
Yes.
Oh, that's
yes.
fantastic.
That's what happens.
Thanks so much, everyone.
First of all, you didn't bring me to Hawaii, so this is a minor punishment. I'm just saying it could have been a whole lot worse.
Well, it was our 35th wedding anniversary trip. So,
and honestly, the fact that I wasn't included kind of hurts my feelings. It really hurts my feelings. I wasn't included in that.
Yeah, I apologize.
I mean, you obviously missed out when you first got married, so now would have been the time to make
clearly
up
missed
for
out.
that.
Yes, yeah, I didn't know you when we first got married. Clearly, yeah. Are you 35 yet?
Not quite. I'm not there yet, right? So you missed out. It was just saying the experience is always better. So go ahead, enjoy your beverage.
Great. Here we go. Cheers, everyone.
Yes. Oh, I can smell that. Woo! Woo! I love it. I don't know if you guys saw my post into the Facebook group, Just Drinking After Hours, that I put. I think it was Tipsy Bartender was like, "Hey, Bacardi 151, you do not get to drink that straight. It's a mixer, not meant to be drank on its own." And I was like,
What?
"Yeah, obviously it's not strong enough. You got to drink something like Stro 160 into a mixed drink. You know, that's you know."
Actually used to be my drink, the 151. Yeah.
So
anyhow,
there's that.
You know what?
You know what? Are you getting into other rum? You don't want more of the Stro 160?
Yeah,
we have a lot of it though.
It was really nice, but yeah.
There aren't raisins in it. The raisins would have made it so much better. I could have garnished it with some raisins.
Before we go on too far.
Too far.
Okay, I want to apologize to everyone that I know everyone
better be good.
that I wasn't able to go live last Friday.
You told all of us to watch the YouTube channel on Friday.
So here's what happened. So the Kuleana, right, Rumworks Farm is it is on the very, very, very northern tip of Hawaii, the Big Island. Okay, and the reception up there, there is no reception.
The fact that you up your cellular plan before this trip is also disappointing.
I'm sorry I didn't do that.
I'm sorry you didn't too.
Yeah.
As is everyone here who is disappointed in your actions.
And I appreciate that, and that's why I'm apologizing.
Yes.
Right?
It's going to take more than that.
All right.
I think there needs to be free rum involved for everyone who is affected. I think you guys need to file a claim, send an email.
Well,
I'm just saying.
All right. We'll cover that later. But I will say this. Big shout out and thanks to Steve Jefferson from the Kuleana Rumworks. Thank you so much. He spent a lot of time with me going over so many things.
Thank you.
Going over so many things, so many details. And I learned a lot. I had never been to a sugarcane farm, and to better understand the process that he goes through, there's so many things. So I was planning on doing a live. It didn't work out because of the reception there. But we recorded it. It's about 1 hour and 1 minute long. And I think I'm just going to go ahead and post that, okay, along with the distillery tour. And there's a couple of how should I put this? There's like a spot here that's about 20 minutes long. There's another spot that's about 24 minutes long. I'm going to be posting those out there like they were lives, okay? And so please go check them out. You will learn a lot about that entire process. You will learn a ton about what Kuleana Rumworks is actually trying to do. Okay, and a very, very, very cool tour. I suggest that if anyone is planning on a trip to the Big Island, Hawaii, the Big Island, look up Kuleana Rumworks and ask them if you can get a tour, because it was a long day. It was a great day. And again, thank you so much, Steve, for all your time and effort. We weren't able to do the Rum Shack, so we did the farm Friday, and then we did this distillery along with some rum tastings Friday after the farm. And we were going to go to the Rum Shack, but they had to close down the Rum Shack for some repairs. And because the Rum Shack is not just about rum, they also have a restaurant there.
I feel like they just knew you were coming. Like, I feel like they were like,
I
hey,
was like, hey,
let's cut him
wait a
out.
minute.
We know he's going to be here. We really don't want him at this establishment.
Yeah, not in public.
Not in
You know,
public. Like,
not-
behind
not-
this.
not in
Throw
public.
him in the farm.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah,
seriously.
farm's fine.
Can somebody pick
the
him up?
distillery's fine, but not in public.
See, what you don't realize is the moment you left into the farm, they just turned the sign around to open.
Yeah, probably. But that's okay. My wife and I, we had a wonderful beach day. What day was that? Monday. I think that was Monday. And we had a wonderful beach day. And we decided to hit the Rum Shack and met some wonderful people there. Big shout out to Ann. Thank you so much for all your help there at the Rum Shack. And had some wonderful drinks. Oh my goodness.
Yeah?
Oh my goodness. Just wonderful drinks.
I love it.
So, and we did a little short video there, very short. But I'll be posting that along with the other. So it's kind of a 3 or 4 leg.
It's like a series. It's like Netflix series. It's a limited just drinking series. Cooliana
Rum Works. Yes.
Man.
Yes.
So I like it.
It was a lot of fun, and I think there's a lot there for that's going to be very interesting to everyone.
Nice.
I really do.
I love that.
So
well, I'm looking forward to watching your videos. Hopefully speeding them up a little bit so that they aren't quite as long, but they still are gather the information.
We're going to just post them.
We are. We're just going to
post
okay.
them.
All right.
We're just going to post them because here's the thing. From start to finish, Steve's got a lot to say.
Lot to say.
And he's very informative on a lot of things.
Well, good.
So
I'm excited to see it all.
I'm not going to cut out any of it.
I'm excited.
There's probably maybe a minute that we could cut out, but I'm.
So we can make it 59 minutes. Closer to 59.
Yeah.
All right, cool
we
deal.
Aren't even gonna cut
cool
that
deal.
Out.
I love it. So we'll be getting that out to you guys. I'll be working with Royer. Obviously, he just got home. Now, I did not see him until he walked down here. So, yeah, we'll be getting that out to you guys. I'll make sure to keep you posted on when that's going to be coming out. Try to get you updated as far as getting it off of his phone and onto the channel. So we'll work on that. But I'm glad to have you back, Royer.
I'm glad to be back.
I'm glad.
I missed everyone.
I know.
Really did.
I know. And
I really did.
I am excited to talk about some rum news tonight.
Awesome.
Because we got some fun stuff to talk about.
Awesome.
Are you ready to dive back into this thing?
Let's dive.
All right.
Right into the deep end.
We're diving into the deep end. Few comments before we get there. Let's see here. I just lost my will to live. Fred only lost his will to live. No big deal. No big deal. Big deal. You were gone. Look what you did to Fred.
Man.
Two Rivers says grape soda and 151 Bacardi are the only drink one needs. I think that's a top of the line drink right there. The real question is, was there cow tipping on said farm?
No, there was not.
They have cows.
They do.
They do have cows.
Yes.
I don't know.
Yeah. So they've got.
They're not like Iowa cows though. Do their cows have like hula skirts and stuff? Like a different breed.
They just speak a different language.
They speak a different language there.
You know. But
it's more like Mao instead of moo.
Yeah, something like that.
Let's see here. Did Cooliana change their bottles? I got 3 with the round lip, like the one Royer had, and the one with the straight lip. Pouring the Nanea with the round lip bottle ended with some rum on the counter. I don't know. Do they have 2 different bottles? I've only seen the rounded lips. I've only seen the ones with the little rounded.
I forget what they call that. I forget. Doggone it.
Oh, doggone it. Shucky darns. Ugh.
But yes, and actually we cover the design of his bottle at the distillery.
Nice. So it's going to be in the video.
There is a reason that it's designed just like this.
Heck yeah.
And he explains it all.
I love it.
So
I love that. Chris says, happy anniversary. Congratulations on 35 years. That's quite an accomplishment. So happy for you and your wife.
Thank you.
Yes.
That's awesome.
I know.
Thank you very much, Chris.
That is pretty amazing.
Yeah. Can you believe she stuck with me we've actually been together for about 40 years now. Married 35. So, yeah.
In the limited time that I've known you.
Yeah, I know, right?
Man.
It just doesn't make any sense.
It feels like I've been with you for 35 years. You know, starting to feel that way.
You know, I get it.
Terry says, hello, everyone. Welcome back, Royer. Sipping on some Plantation Isle of Fiji. Love that. Jeremy says happy anniversary. Got some happy anniversaries here.
Thank you.
We loved our trip to the Big Island of Hawaii last year. Would recommend to anyone. I didn't know about Kuleana when I was there, but now you do.
Now you do.
Now you do.
So if you go back,
right?
definitely worth taking the tour.
I love it. So Phil saying happy anniversary. He just celebrated 32, and Dan also saying happy anniversary. So we got some happy anniversaries coming in here.
Everyone.
Love that.
Appreciate
Let's
that.
get into some rum news. So first bit of rum news with that song that is brought to you absolutely free today. Not even going to charge you 99 cents for it. Is that inflation drives consumers to drink at home. First of all, guys, I think what really happened is the pandemic happened and everybody got accustomed to drinking at home, and then inflation happened and they realized how quickly they could just have their own experience at home, and they just spent that time. A lot of people probably put in bars. We did. That 2020 is the year that the bar went. We moved to the bar. So it's funny because I think that a lot of people did that. I think a lot of people got accustomed to it and realized how easy it was. So it's driving people to drink at home. So they're buying more rum at the liquor stores, less or alcohol in general, but we're going to specify rum because it's the most important. And they're drinking at home now rather than going out to the bars. This is going to make the bars have to change the game. Now we're all thinking, well, we want to support local businesses. We want bars to succeed. We don't want bars to go away. You're absolutely right. But what's going to happen is bars are going to have to step it up. They're going to have to find a way to bring people back out. And one of the ways that they're going to do that is by special ordering specialty drinks that they can get through their distributors that maybe other people can't or don't know about, and be able to have those things people come in for those specific things.
The problem is education. Okay. So many bar owners, bartenders, they don't even know the vastness that they have before them.
Yeah.
They really don't. One of the things that was really cool, we went into several different establishments while we were on the Big Island.
Sounds like you're gloating. I've gone into zero on the Big Island.
Well, anyhow, so we went into several different ones, and they didn't even have, literally, they did not have Captain. They didn't have Bacardi. And I got to talking with some of the bartenders and some of the people there, and they're like, why would we bring something like that in when we can support companies that make rum right in Hawaii?
Yes.
So Kuleana is not the only one, but Kuleana was at every single bar that we went to. They were at the ABC stores. They were all over the place, and it was just refreshing, to see the fact that they were more about the community. They wanted to help out their own businesses that are homegrown businesses right there on the island, and say, you know what, we don't need Captain, we don't need Bacardi. We got all these other different rums.
Darn right.
And I thought that was awesome.
As another person who also lives on an island like all the people of Hawaii, I definitely think that is just awesome to see that it's happening on other islands as well.
Okay. Like the island of Iowa?
Yes, that is right. That is what I am referring to, and you're welcome.
All right.
I'm sticking to it. So speaking of Bacardi, let's bring it out here. Now, we're not talking crap. They're news headlines, and these are real things happening. Okay. So let's hear the opinions, guys. I've already heard some without getting into any information. Is Bacardi misleading consumers? Let's talk about it for a second. Puerto Rico is not Cuba. This is a fact, okay?
That is true.
The National Advertising Division is referring to Bacardi's claims for Havana Club rum to be reviewed for a possible enforcement action because, as you saw in the picture, the predetermined picture, people ask us, when you have Havana Club, have you had the Bacardi Havana Club or the actual Havana Club? These are not by the same company.
No.
These are not the same rums.
No.
What you see in Royer's hand is a Bacardi Havana Club which is referring to it. It's saying it's misleading people into thinking it is a Cuban rum out of Cuba. It does say at the bottom in big Puerto Rican rum, big at the bottom, which is what they're trying to offset. But the fact that they're going on the Havana Club, because this is a Cuban rum, the Havana Club, the brand and the original coming out of Cuba, big difference, is the true authentic one. So in my honest opinion, it's a bit close, Bacardi. I mean, you're a big enough company, you can get enough creative about it. You can't call it something different. Like the fact that you know that this is so good, and I feel like, I could be wrong, but I feel like somewhere along the way, Mr. Bacardi went up to Mr. Havana Club and was like, I would like to purchase you. And Mr. Havana Club's like, no. And then Mr. Bacardi was upset. And so they did that. That's personally how I feel about it. Could be wrong. It's not a fact. I'm just saying. It seems like
I can see that.
Shots fired. Like it just seems targeted very much so, building off of somebody else's brand. And to be a big brand and do that, I think is kind of tacky. Like, right? Like, really? This is how you're spending your time. You have an entire marketing department and you're like, hey, we should do what the other people are doing. Like, really? We'll
even call it the same thing.
I mean, you guys, you know, if you want to hire us, you can't afford us. But you know, I'm just saying we'd be a whole lot better than that. But, you know, it's just one of those things that, like, what do you guys think? I'd like to hear your thoughts in the comments. Do you feel it's misleading? Or, you know, it does have, I'll be honest, I mean, it does say Puerto Rican rum at the bottom. I told you my feelings on it. Royer, I think you share similar feelings.
Absolutely, 100%.
So I mean, I think we're on the same page, but that doesn't make us right, because we're wrong a lot. This is what we've been told a lot in the show, which is fine with us. But what do you guys think? Do you think that it's misleading? Do you think Bacardi should have to change the name and change it? Or do you feel like people are getting a little antsy about it and like, rum is rum, let it be kind of a thing? Like they're, you know, whatever, we're all here to enjoy it. So I'm just curious to hear your guys' thoughts on it, what you think as far as the Havana Club issue goes.
I do want to do another shout out. Thank you very much from Nia, My Rum Diaries, and Paul from Drums and Rums. Thank you for
hooking us up with
this.
The rum hookup. Yeah. Got to get a rum dealer, guys. You guys got to find, like, you know, rum hookups. It's literally. And if you're looking for one and can't find one, we have links down below to our rum club and our Patreon. We will be your hookup. We can do that. We'll get you premium rums, craft rums, and we'll get them sent to you. And we got people right now who've got shipments on the way and being filled right now. 6 new members to the rum club in the last month, which is crazy. Awesome. So cool, and we appreciate each and every one of you, by the way.
Even more fun now.
It's because of stuff like that. We're going to keep being able to get more rum brands interested and just continue to grow this. So we're pretty excited. We had an announcement in there of a big partnership. We're working on another one. We'll be speaking more about that. We got Rum Club this Sunday. So this Sunday, we've got Rum Club. So we'll be getting together, and we'll be talking more about that and sharing some rums and meeting all the new people, which we're excited about. So let's see what we got here. Bum, bum, bum.
Some good comments.
Yeah. So in my younger days, I enjoyed bars, but as I've gotten older, I enjoy relaxing and drinking rum at home. Now my best night of the week is drinking rum and watching you guys on Wednesday nights.
Thanks.
That's the experience we bring. We're not trying to compete with bars, but the fact that you are dedicating a little time to come drink some rum with us, we love that. Thank you so much. Really appreciate you so much for that. It's been in court since 1959. Look at that. It's been going on for a while.
So there is, there's some history there with Bacardi and Cuba, right? There is some history there. And I think that's Bacardi kind of flexing their muscles a little bit, saying, hey, you know what? That's where we started.
1959. What? You were probably what? Like,
I was not even born yet.
You're in college? You're in college? 1959? Didn't even let me get to the punchline on that one.
No.
I love it. Let's see here. Reading is fundamental. It is, right? Like you can see it on there. Havana Club Añejo Classico 3-year from Puerto Rican rum. Thomas, all right. It's absolutely misleading, CJ says, especially to a newer rum drinker. Understandable. I get how it can be confusing. While on the Bacardi bashing, it's not bashing. We're just talking about news. I definitely taste the difference between their spiced and oak heart. Yeah, you all will. You pick up the oak. You will. It is different. It's different. Sad, but different. Alu says, let it go. Rum is rum. I'm game to try both. Fair.
You bet.
I get it. I do. I respect it. We're all drinking rum.
If you read the bottle,
it's there.
It's there.
It's on there.
You know.
Greg says yes, it is misleading. I almost got taken by the Bacardi version, but I'd really like to get the real Havana Club. Yeah. All right. I get that. I get both sides. I do. I see it. I see both angles. I don't know what's technically right. I'm not here to tell people what's right and what's wrong as far as that goes.
The courts since
1959, right? Like it's not a. I feel like it can be both sides of the fence. There are bigger things I do feel like that should be addressed, but I can also understand the argument here, especially for the individual companies and how that can affect things. Yeah, seems misleading for no real good reason, Jeremy says. Yeah, and that's what I think. I'm like, they don't really have to be doing this. It's weird that they went that route, but, it just is. Scott says...
Hang on. What's so funny for me is that they don't even put their name on the Havana Club bottle.
Is it not on there anywhere?
I don't think so. I don't think...
They got to have it somewhere.
No, I don't think you'll find the Bacardi name on there.
I don't believe you at all on that. No way.
Okay, point it out to me.
They don't put their name on something?
Yeah, I don't think you'll find it there anywhere. It's just a rum product of Puerto Rico.
I think you might be right. Weird.
Weird. It's one of those things.
Why? That's even weirder. Like, why they don't even have their name on the bottle?
So it would be, it would be a little bit more transparent, in my opinion, if they actually put their name on the bottle.
That's weird, right? They went out of their way to make sure people didn't know it was theirs. That is right. Weird to me.
Well, that seems
because even though they put Puerto Rican rum, right. they were specifying it Havana Club Puerto Rican rum, but they don't want people to think it's Bacardi because they'll realize that it's Bacardi, right? It's a big brand. They don't want to worry about it. They think it's something different.
The other thing that's really funny is when my wife and we visited Puerto Rico and did a tour of the Bacardi distillery. The funny thing about that tour is they don't really give you like a real full-blown tour. They show you very, very little. And but in talking with the people there, the locals, the Puerto Ricans there, you would think that Bacardi, because that's where they're based out of, that they would be selling huge amounts of their rum product right there in Puerto Rico, right? No, that is not the product that Puerto Ricans drink, typically. For whatever reason,
true,
it's not.
Let's see here. So Scott says, "What's a dark spiced rum, not Kraken or Captain Morgan, I can try?" So technically, okay. So this is where we're going to get into things. That's a very big brand thing. So spiced rum is its own thing and dark rum is its own thing. Right. So a spiced dark rum doesn't technically exist. It's not actually a real thing. They just made it a thing, but that's not something that you find traditionally in rum. It's usually one way or another, whether it's a spiced rum or a dark rum, because there's a different process to each of those being made. So when you put them together, it's kind of in its own category and not a ton of people do it, but we see it. Off the top of my head, do you know of another one? I've seen this debate go on and people talk about this too, because it's in its own classification. I don't have one off the top of my head. I mean, honestly, you can find spiced rums that are a little darker, but they don't usually go like black spiced rum. Like it's not as common as you would think it is because the big brands do it. I would say big brands are probably the best place to find that kind of stuff.
Well, but here's the thing. You don't need for a dark rum.
Like Doc Brown's is a dark rum. It has spices in it, but it's a dark rum. It's not
classified
right?
as a dark rum.
So that's a good example of it's a dark rum and they classify it as a dark rum. They don't put spice because it's technically a dark rum.
And they actually
it has spices.
But that's not classified as a spiced rum.
Yeah.
Right.
Because it's just some minimal spice added to it. And so it's just got that in there for flavor. Yep. And added that sort of thing. And then you get into the whole thing of spice rum. Is it real rum? And now we're all over the place. We can get on a rant forever about it.
There's so many debates.
It's all rum. It's all rum to me. But yeah, goodness. So that's a great question. Really great topic too. But
to talk about that
finding, I think we should too. Doc Brown's is a great place to start if you can get your hands on it. If you can't get your hands on Doc Brown's, I'd start trying to find some, some dark rums and just kind of seeing what you can come across. I think I think there's some other dark rums there. I'm trying to think off the top of my head. We even have dark rum back here at the moment. It's all triple aged. That's aged.
Yeah.
I don't know where our dark rum went at the moment. We don't have a ton of it at the moment. So, oh man, you might have to shoot me that onto the comments so I can come back and answer it a little later. Because off the top of my head, I actually am at a loss, which doesn't happen very often. But you got me. You got me on that one.
Well, we might have to go into the library in the other room.
Mind Freak, how we doing? Hello, Rum fam,
Oh, wow.
and good morning from India.
Cheers,
love
buddy.
it. Saw a couple of anniversaries in the chat. Happy for you guys. Thank you.
Thank you.
It's been a long road for us, but thank you. Appreciate you. I'll toast you guys tonight when I crack open a bottle. Don't know which one yet. Cheers. Cheers to you, Mind Freak.
Cheers.
Yes, we are celebrating. What are we? 4 years now. Wow.
That's not what that was about.
Well, it is now. So
it is not.
let's. Greg says, I've always been cheap, rarely spend money in a bar since there is so much markup, which is understandable. It's got, you're getting the stuff like, you're getting the restaurant experience, service, the specialty, a bartender, right? Like, understandable.
I will say this too. So whatever part of the world that you're in right now, for us here,
like if you're on an island like Iowa,
for us here, the service industry is, shall we say, lacking right here.
It's hard to get to the island.
Right here in Iowa.
It is.
Okay. It is lacking. I mean, the people out there that are actually trying to work in the service industry, I don't think they even understand what they're supposed to be doing and how to do it.
I don't think we're the only place experiencing that. I think there's been a ripple.
But I will say
that.
this.
But there are good ones out there.
Every place that we had gone to on the Big Island, the service was incredible. They actually seated you at a table. They brought you waters. They, hey, is there anything else I can get you type of thing? Just that type of atmosphere.
Wow.
What it used to be.
There you go.
You
just have to go to Hawaii.
Wonderful.
You guys just have to go to Hawaii.
Wonderful.
If you're missing great service, you can't find a place with great service.
Go to Hawaii.
Just go to Hawaii.
Yep.
That's where it's at. Let's see here. Fred says the story's been on 60 Minutes talking about the Havana clubs as far as, Bacardi versus Havana Club. Is it right? Is it wrong? I believe that. I mean, I think that there's a lot there to unpack and a lot to talk about, which is why it's probably been tied up for so long. GB, thoughts on Mount Gay 1703 Master Select? We have not had that one. Have we? That's not that one, right?
Yes, this is this one.
Is it this? Oh, is it? Are you sure about that?
Oh.
No. False.
Yeah.
Liar. Lies. Misleading. Go back to gin. Who are you? Don't even know the rum in your own bar. Like, come on. Come on, man.
So we have the Eclipse and the Black Barrel.
We did see that one. It did not get picked up, but I know we've seen it, but we have not had it. So, great question. Hopefully we'll get to that at some point. We're on our way to trying all the rums we can. Obviously, it's a very big journey, so there's always going to be rums we haven't had yet. So hopefully we will make our way there sooner rather than later, but hopefully you can find some other good content creators out there who have hopefully tried it and been able to tell you a little bit about it. By the way, Alu says, I'm sipping on Blackheart toasted coconut. They came out with a toasted coconut. We got to try it, Royer. Get on the phone. Call them. Special order that in. We got to try it.
I want to make sure I understand. This is Blackheart and toasted coconut?
It's Blackheart toasted coconut.
It's just Blackheart.
Yep. Boom.
Cool.
All one word.
Right, well, we could try that.
I know. We should. We should.
We'll have to try and find a bottle.
Love it. Sean, how we doing? Sean is in the house. Bumbu and Dr. Pepper in the glass. Love it.
Yeah.
I love it. Sean's got a delicious beverage going down tonight. I love that. Carlos says at the end of the day, the dispute of Havana Club goes to who owns the right to use the name. Right. 100%. And then it's just, I don't know. I don't know where it's at with all that. I don't know all the details. I just saw the headline, and quite frankly, I just think it's silly that Bacardi needs to even be in the headline and they even need to be there. Like, just be your own company. How about you just go make some great product and stand by that? And maybe you should maybe we wouldn't have all this talk about misleading stuff if people just did their own thing and put their own rum in a bottle and marked it correctly.
Yeah.
I'm just saying there'd be a lot less debate about it. So
and a lot less confusion.
a lot less confusion.
I mean, to me, it's almost like one of those companies trying to, make money off of a name.
Yeah.
That somebody else.
Alton says Bacardi should have a different label. I can see it. I can see that. Yep. Jeremy Crucian Blackstrap might be a dark spice rum for that. My favorite of those three. Yes. So Crucian Blackstrap. So Blackstrap rum is another division of rum.
Another category.
We're adding a third. So we're talking about dark spiced rum, black spiced rum, which spiced rum and dark rum are two different things. And now Blackstrap rum is actually another thing, right?
That is another category.
So that's a whole nother category as well.
We'll talk about that.
Which, the Blackstrap rum, right, is usually a little bit more bitter. So if you're looking for something with a little more sweetness, Blackstrap might be something to try, but I don't know if it's not like, because the Blackstrap rums, that's that third level of distilling. And so it's pulling out, it's a little bit more bitter, has a little bit more of those notes in it when you're drinking it too. So let's see here. We all know where the dark rum went. Thomas says there's actually history that is behind the Bacardi version of Havana Club, and apparently the Bacardi version is the actual recipe of Havana Club itself because the Cuban version belongs to government. Well,
yes,
look at that. And these are all things we don't know. We're learning from Thomas right now. Yes. So we have not done a ton of homework on this. Mostly just saw the headline, thought the debate was interesting, and we're kind of blaming Bacardi because, let's face it, we always blame Bacardi. But also, I like the other Havana Club better. Therefore, I feel like this better product. I think it should be a vote. Who likes which rum better? And that rum, death battle, guys. Rum death battle. Put two rums side by side. Get every person who's like a rum drinker out there, and to be like a rum drinker, let's just say, I don't know, you have to have attended so many festivals. I don't know. There's got to be some qualification for this, right? And then let them all vote. And let's see who comes out and respect the results.
Let's not go by the number of bottles sold.
I'm all about putting it. Yeah, bottles sold is nothing. That doesn't mean anything. Right?
If you're a big brand and you're selling,
that just means that you got more marketing power. I want to know who's got the superior product. Let's go. And I'm just saying, rum death battle should become a thing. So we're gonna add that to the list of things to petition for.
Rum death.
That's how we should settle these arguments. Since you couldn't get Cuba products in the U.S., Bacardi took the Havana Club name. You can get some Cuba products now, but I don't think we can get the rum, or maybe just in Iowa. Yeah, well, when you got a rum guy, you can get your hands on it. So I'm just saying, you got to have a rum guy for that.
Yep.
When you're in the island of Iowa, you got to have a rum guy.
You do.
I grew up in Havana, Illinois. They used to make cigars there. Maybe my hometown should be making Havana, Illinois Club rum. Good idea, right?
That's awesome.
I love it. Now you're sounding like a gin drinker.
Yeah.
I love that. All right, I'm mixing other drinks here. I just think it's an interesting topic. I thought it was pretty funny.
It is.
So getting into the next piece here, should you invest in rum? Royer, what do you think?
Should you invest in
without knowing anything? Should you invest in rum?
Without knowing what this article is
at all talking about, just straight off the top of your head.
I think
this is not investment advice at all, and we do not encourage anyone to do what we would do.
Yeah, do not do that. Actually, with the way the rum market is going, because it's growing like crazy, I feel that there's some opportunities there to invest in some companies that make rum, produce rum, sell rum, and I think there's some good opportunities there to possibly invest in. And I know that we've talked to a couple of different distillers about that very thing, and some of the distillers out there are struggling to try and make a name for themselves and this type of stuff, and so they do like a GoFundMe type thing, where you actually Depending on how much you invest, you actually have a little bit of ownership into their company.
Mhm.
So if they're down here and all of a sudden overnight they go up here, or if a big name brand comes in and says, "Hey, I'll give you $300 million for your company," then your value is going to go skyrocketing.
Yep.
So yeah, I mean, I think it's something that you have to investigate each individual company if you're looking at doing something like that. Get to know them, get to know, the direction that they're trying to go, what they're doing. See if it's a good fit for you. See if you believe in that business strategy at all.
So this is a general, like, should you invest in rum? Not, I don't know what you're going off on. I love this.
Well,
I feel like
I can think of a couple of different.
We got to start you a financial channel or something. Like, I love this because you've made how much money by investing in rum?
Oh yeah, I've lost thousands of dollars, thousands of them.
It's all right here.
Yeah.
So this is a great article, and I like its stance on it because I was curious when I saw it. I was like, what are they going to really talk about here? But they really talk about some key things that we've talked about a lot on this show. So the first one is rum is on the rise, right? So, like, in general, not saying anything about it, rum is on the rise. And it went up 51% overall rum in 2019. In 2022, the premium rum segment went up 85%. Now we're seeing big companies buy the premium rum segment, like, of the industry. We're seeing these big whiskey companies that own multiple things get Don Papa just got bought.
And we're talking big money.
Yeah, so I mean, we're just seeing products get purchased, and we're seeing it grow.
Get purchased.
So really what they're talking about is, obviously, we've seen it grow. We've seen the rum market grow. Where are we at with it? What's going on with it? So what I like about this is they're kind of talking about how rum is still in its infancy stage, which I agree with. I kind of put it in this, like, it's funny because it's been around forever, right? 1703, 1700, like 1703, first rum distillery, Mount Gay, respect. So, like, and rum's obviously been around for a long, long time. That's the oldest operating distillery, 1703. Obviously, rum was before that too.
Yes.
But like, you have rum being around for so long, but now it's getting exciting. Now we're starting to implement it into modern day and, like, up to speed on what people are looking for. People are doing the things with it that are making it interesting, and it's in its infancy stage because people are just figuring it out. That's why it's growing so much. When you see something grow in 1 year by 85%, that's not normal. Okay. Normal growth is like 5 to 10%, right? We're looking for like 5 to 10% growth on things that are matured. Big companies, when you see them grow, like, you don't buy into stuff expecting it to blow up, right? Then you see stuff like that blows up 100%, 85% in 1 year. That only happens when it's young, right? Like, it's super new, and so many people are finding it. So I think, for me, from an investment standpoint, go enjoy it. Go do it. This is not a financial advice channel at all. Like, enjoy the rum. But as far as what you choose to do, just know that I think the jury's still out. How you feel about it is how you feel about it. But it's got so much room to grow that the ceiling is not even close to here yet. Like, we are just getting started, and you guys will see. We're going to be here every week forever. We're never going anywhere. We're here forever. Today, and bring you back. So I mean, we're here forever, and I think we're going to see the rum continue to do what it's been doing. We're going to see some leaps and bounds over the next couple of years. 2025. I think by then we're going to hit a good standpoint of outgrowing the infancy stage and getting into rolling into some big boy, like, growth numbers. So we're going to see it pop off over the next few years. And then I think we're going to go into some steady growth after that. And we're going to find its place right back towards the top if it's not on the throne. And I think that we're going to see rum continue to grow and do stuff. You wouldn't see these massive companies. They're not buying into the premium rum market because they think it's going to fail. No. They're not buying into it because they think that they're saving it. They're buying into it because they know what's coming. And big companies do this years in advance because it's cheap right now. It seems expensive, like they spent hundreds of millions of dollars.
Here's my thoughts on this too. Is right now, the way the rum industry is, we've talked about this before. There's more freedoms actually in the rum industry because of the bottling and the different laws and the different regulations. And, if you're importing this from this country or importing that from this country, there's all these different regulations, and it gives, those bigger companies a little bit more freedom to maybe
manipulate, do the things that they need to do. The smaller companies have a harder time. So this is a good comparison. So I'm going to tell you this comparison. I love this. This is to put it into perspective. When we look at whiskey and rum, they're two very different things. However, whiskey is barreling in rum and rum is barreling in whiskey barrels, right? Like it's doing its thing. They're crisscrossing. And I think that we can all agree there are great crossover products that whiskey drinkers love and really think that they're having a whiskey. I know because I've been to whiskey clubs where I've given it to them and they actually think because of the burn and everything with it and all the flavors that it's a type of whiskey.
Where did you get this whiskey?
Right? So to put this in perspective, rum is playing on that same level in many categories with whiskey in that division. Plus it has all the other divisions because of the versatility. But listen to this. The most expensive single bottle of whiskey sold at auction for 1.5 million euros in 2019. Okay.
Wow.
2019.
Wow.
Okay. We're talking 1.5 million euros. Okay. What do you think the most expensive bottle of rum? And let me tell you about it too. The most expensive bottle of rum that ever sold was a bottle of Wray and Nephew from 1982 that had been created to commemorate the visit of U.S. President Ronald Reagan to Jamaica. Was why this bottle was created. Okay.
How many bottles does it say? How many bottles were made?
No, it does not tell me that. But that's how extravagant this rum is. Bottle of Wray and Nephew. Now remember, the whiskey sold for 1.5 million euros. How much do you think that this bottle sold of rum?
I mean, that's so out of my league. I mean, like 1.5 million euros for.
So obviously we're putting the top of the line rum. What do you think? As compared to whiskey, what do you think it would sell for?
Maybe a million.
Maybe a million.
Maybe.
Okay.
I mean, I don't think it's gonna overshoot the whiskey.
Okay. I'm gonna tell you, it's not gonna overshoot the whiskey.
Okay.
By a lot.
Okay.
The most expensive bottle of rum. It's made to commemorate the U.S. President Ronald Reagan's visit to Jamaica in 1982. 31,500 euros.
Really?
Not even 100,000.
Wow.
Not even 50,000. 31,005.
Wow.
That is how offset the valuations are right now. So when we're talking about where's rum going, it's got a lot of ceiling left to go. A ton. Infancy stage. Like we haven't even started yet. This is the place to be, to find the products right now, to get in. These are ground level things. You're going to try things right now that in 10 years, you will never see again. Rules are going to change. Regulations are going to change. Companies are going to come and go. You're going to try stuff now that will be long gone in the next 10 years and never be found again and never be able to be recreated. So you take that information and do with what you feel, but I'm just giving you the information.
Oh, yeah.
That's all it is. That's where I'm at with it. Whew. I feel like did I get it all out there?
Okay, so I'm going to jump in here for just a moment. Thinking about the rum industry and how it's grown, one of the things that I get a kick out of is getting to know a lot of the different distillers out there, getting a chance to talk with them and talk with them really about their journey, where they started and where they're at right now.
Right.
And a really great company to, see how much they've grown is Just Rum. These guys right here, all of this rum up here, right? They've grown leaps and bounds, and they're relatively a brand new company yet, right? I mean, they're only a few years old. They're like as old as what we are.
Yep.
And they've grown leaps and bounds, and it's just so interesting to talk with John, and he's crossed a lot of hurdles. He has, and he's done a lot of really good stuff. Yep.
So Sean's asking, I have a palate similar to Robert's. First of all, Carlos said $20 for the most expensive bottle. Real close.
I like that.
Well, he was closer than you.
by a
lot. He was way closer than you.
Yeah.
I love that. That's hilarious. Rum Daddy Royer's investment advice, right? We can have a whole YouTube channel. I love it. So let's see here. So a palate similar to Robert's. What are 3 straight rums and 3 rum and cokes be? What are the 3 tops? So here's what I'm going to tell you. If you got a similar palate to me, okay? If you're looking to mix something, like I love Solera rums, right? So like I think they're really great. So if you can get into Zacapa, Dos Maduras, those are really great mixers. I think Solera rums, they already are blended together, so they're just easy to blend, very yummy. And the Fundacion up here, is that Solera? It is Solera. That's Solera rum too. One of my favorites. Absolutely amazing. So I think if you're getting into mixability, Solera rums are always fun because they're already blended. They're really easy to go. That being said, on its own, I'm a big wood barrel kind of guy, like that drier, more closer to whiskey. I was a bourbon drinker. So as far as on its own, I really appreciate those flavors. Find something wood barreled. Real McCoy, Foursquare has a lot of great products. There are many great products from craft distillers, and that's the one thing I want to point out. Yeah. Look, the reason I tell you like a Solera or a blend and then a like whiskey barreled or a bourbon barreled is because a lot of craft distillers make really fun rums, like Rum Trails makes a really fun whiskey-esque rum. Just Rum has Maplewood Rested. That's insanely awesome.
3-year, one of my favorites.
So I mean, like you get into that stuff. As far as a mixability, Doc Brown's Really Bad Rum mixed is like delicious. I love that mix. So it's just one of those things that you got to go try stuff. There's thousands, tens of thousands of rums.
We didn't realize there was this many different.
So I'm narrowing it down to this. Like I could say a lot of companies like Barcelo, Bayou. I mean, I can say a ton of stuff that I like and a lot of different stuff because they all have products that I like that way, and it depends on my day. But honestly, it's just kind of trying stuff, reading what it's about, and then giving that a shot. Like just going out and trying some of that. So that's my advice. It's my advice. I get that question. We get that question for us a lot, and it's a hard answer. I think it's different every time because again, we're always trying new stuff too. So
and just to be clear, none of these rum companies that we keep bringing up all the time, none of them pay us any.
Nobody pays us.
No.
That's why we spend Royer's money. That's why we have his credit card.
Obviously, they don't pay us. But we do like their product. So if we like somebody's product, we are going to continuously tell you about them. Again,
borrow your in-laws' credit card, and then you can go buy. I'm just kidding. Don't take that advice. That's what I do.
Yeah. Again, Kuliana. So this is the Nanea right here. This is actually a blend. Okay. They start out with the rum agricole that they produce right there. From the sugar cane that they grow literally on their farm. And then they seek out some specific rums from, I don't even remember. Again, I've been up for quite a while. So a little goofy right now. But they also do some blends. And this is one of their blends right here.
Fred says, I want El Dorado. Can you broker that deal for the rum club? You never know, Fred. You never know, because quite frankly, the first one was way out of reach. We never would have thought it was possible. And this second one is even more so. So to be honest, at this point, I am not ruling it out because after we get done with and get these things in place, I think there's room for that. I'm just saying.
Yeah. We might be able to do that.
We have already accomplished way more than I thought we would ever do. Let's see here. So we're talking about all this, the rum in its infancy, it's going to grow. And Fred says, yet my local Total Wine keeps shrinking the rum aisle. That is going to happen right now because we're in infancy. People don't like new. I don't know if you guys know that, but if you ever see new things, you ever heard of a thing called cryptocurrency? That went real well, right? Like everybody really took well to that.
Not a financial advice channel.
Ever heard of NFTs? The world's really taking great to those. They're not going away. They're in infancy. I'd put rum on the same level as those. I think that's how scared the alcohol industry is of rum right now because it is so versatile and crazy and does everything that other liquors can't do because it is, that I think it is in that same category of alcohol that people are like, no, it's so different. It will never take. People won't do it, but they don't understand yet. And they don't understand. We've talked about, I don't know how many topics that back up the reasoning why it'll happen. But they're not doing their research. They're not looking at the consumer from what's coming. They're looking at what they like right now. So I see Greg says a distributor told me that tequila was about to overtake whiskey. And he laughed at me when I said he was confusing it with rum. And the funny part is that he's not wrong. Tequila is overtaking whiskey right now. However, he laughs
the same thing.
because I'm assuming he was in Iowa, so I can see why he laughed. Because especially in Iowa, people don't even know rum exists beyond the big brands hardly, because they don't see it very often. That it will be here in the next 5 to 10, and we're currently in that infancy stage where everything's just beginning to grow and find its footing. And that's why we're so excited to be here. We've been here since 2019 telling you guys that rum is coming to the top. We're going to be here in 2030 telling you we're doing the same thing. We're just further along, and we're going to be here in 2040 and 2050 and 3000 and 4000. And year 4020 is probably we're going to retire. We're set to retire in year 4020, and we'll be good. We'll ride off into the sunset at 4020 with a little bottle of the Island Birch Herb rum for those of you who get the joke. And we're going to ride off into the sunset. So let's see here. Rum is a brilliant bargain, and it is. I mean,
it is a
31,500 versus 1.5 million for its most expensive. Come on, guys! Like, that is massive difference, and we know the types of products in rum right now. Like, that is super undervalued. Rum is super undervalued. Like, it just is.
Here's the other thing. I'm going to go back and say, we've had some fairly expensive rums. True.
Yeah.
I mean, we've had some opportunities.
More than $20, I can tell you that. And Carlos was saying 20 is the top. So.
I think the most expensive rum that we tasted was around $1,200, something like that.
Yeah.
And which was it was a very good rum.
Mm-hmm.
Had a unique texture and feel to it.
Delicious.
All of its own. It was delicious. But here's the thing. Okay. Not everybody can afford or has that opportunity to spend that kind of money on that kind of rum, right? And for me, I think our sweet spot, we've said it a zillion times, is that
zillion at least
$30 to $40 mark.
Such a good price point for rum.
You
find amazing rum there.
You almost can't go wrong.
$30-$40 rum is equivalent to spending, like, I'd say $90 to $100 in whiskey. Like, if you buy a $100 bottle of whiskey,
absolutely,
it's equivalent to a $30 to $40 bottle of rum, because that's the level that we're at. It's such a bargain. And it's giving you an opportunity to try stuff that should be way more expensive at this discounted price, which is why you should be checking it out now. For those of you who are finding the show, hit the like button, follow us, subscribe, come back each and every week. Look at this pitch. Go follow the Just Drinking After Hours group. Join the Rum Club. Get these premium rums, because right now you're going to get it for the cheapest cost you're ever going to get it. It's only going to go up. Now, it's not going to happen fast, but it's going to keep happening because the valuation is so undervalued right now.
5 years from now, you'll be able to look back and say, wow, gosh, I can remember when
I bought it for this price. I remember when this company started and it was a $40 rum. Now it's a $140 bottle of rum. Like, oh my goodness. So there are several companies you're going to see have that happen.
Yep.
Let's see here. At one time, I was a whiskey drinker, but now I only drink rum. Me too. I was a bourbon drinker. My cat's name is Bourbon. I was a big bourbon drinker. Loved bourbon. Would get it for the holidays stuff. Like, I would always get like a fancy one. Like, right now, I pretty much only drink rum. One more thing. Bacardi bought the recipe from the original family that was exiled from Cuba during the Castro Revolution. So Thomas bringing up some more facts that Bacardi might have more rights to it than Cuba does. So, it's all perspective. I still think the death battle is a great way to handle it.
One of the things that I'm still trying to do, that we're still trying to do, is actually get a representative of Bacardi to maybe come visit.
I would love to ask them their take on that.
Yes.
I wonder if they'll side with Cuba.
Probably not while we're recording them.
Greg says, with Diet Coke or Pepsi, I used to like Bacardi 151, but I can't do that now. Hey, that's fair. Palates change.
Yep.
Palates change. Greg is asking, hey, Robert, when does your 3-day bender start? If you guys follow in the Just Drinking After Hours Facebook group, I had a huge goal of getting so many likes, and we hit it.
Yeah.
For me to go on a 3-day bender. So June 1st through the 5th, I'm gonna extend it. I'm gonna extend it. I'm gonna go on a bender.
Okay.
Like it's gonna be like a 4-day bender.
All right.
Yeah.
Sounds
it's gonna
great.
be wild. So 1st through the 5th, I'm gonna be busy.
Yeah.
June 1st through the 5th.
Yep. Okay.
I got it set aside. I took it off work.
Don't call me. I'm not bailing you.
I took it off work.
I'm not bailing.
I'm getting on a plane. I'm gonna go do some crazy stuff and get on a bender.
I know you are. And I'm not even invited. I'm not even invited.
You shouldn't be invited, Mr. Hawaii Pants. Let's see here. $1,200 for Stro 160. I don't believe you, LOL. Might not be Stro 160.
No.
But I bet their price increases over. It just does naturally, but then obviously with inflation and all that stuff, it's gonna go up. But like you're gonna see it. Great to have Ron Zacapa 23 Solera, and I love it. I'll have to try the others, Sean. Absolutely.
Yes.
Absolutely.
So big fans.
Zacapa XO is slap Roger good. Phil, you're absolutely right. It is. Yes, it is. It was our number 2 rum of the year last year. It was super amazing. Jeremy, cheers everyone. Headed to dinner for me. See y'all next week. Have fun, Jeremy. Enjoy
Take
dinner.
care.
Hopefully McDonald's is still serving when you get there. Let's see here. Sunday, for those of you guys in the Rum Club, Sunday, I will get a link into the Patreon group for you guys. This Sunday. We'll get it 4:30 p.m. Central Time. I will get a link out to you guys so you guys can join. Should be a fun time. Got all the new members, which we get to hang out with and talk about all the upcoming stuff and get you an official verbal update of all the exciting, cool things that are happening. So excited for that. I'm going to make a couple phone calls before Sunday. So hopefully we can catch up on a couple of things and know where we're at. Let's see here. I'm going fishing in Guatemala next February. Plan on picking up as much as a Zacapa XO as I can bring home.
Very nice.
Smart.
Very nice.
I love it. Fred, when might we get our rum? Every distiller has, or I'm sorry, if you're talking about the new, because you're not a new member, Fred, you've been around. So as far as that goes, that's what Royer is going to be calling about to officially line that up. And let's see if we can't get an official date on that. Yep. Next month is what we're aiming at right now, though, for next month's Rum Club. So we'll see how we go. Going on Star Union Spirits Distillery Tour Saturday. Enjoy it and tell them the Just Drinking Boys say hi.
Yes.
Absolutely. Say a hello from us and enjoy yourself. It's amazing. So thank you guys so much for coming and hanging out with us and enjoying Royer's presence being returned to the great island of Iowa. We're glad to have him back.
Really missed you.
You know, I'm glad that you're back. I miss you too. I slept in the bar every night. I was telling them, you see all the holes missing?
I've been looking.
Yeah. There's a lot of holes behind the bar. Right. There's gaps.
Where's all the rum at? Did you just like misplace it?
No. So there is a nice shrine.
Yeah, I saw that out
in the garage.
Yeah, thanks.
You're welcome.
Thanks for putting that little empty bottle basket together for me.
You're welcome. So hope you guys are having an amazing week. Rum Club members, if you're not a Rum Club member, check out the link to the Patreon down below. Check it out. See if it fits you. We'd love to have you join us. Otherwise, if you are a member, we'll see you Sunday. Thank you guys for joining us and hanging out with us and drinking rum, enjoying rums, finding out all the good rum stuff with us. We hope you're having the best week ever. We appreciate each and every one of you because of you, we get to keep doing this, coming and hanging out with you, the favorite people in the world to us. Like, we love this. Awesome. And honestly, we're just truly grateful to get to do this with you guys. With that, Royer, let's get them home safe.
Always. Drink responsibly, never drink and drive, and no rums were harmed during the making of this video.
Not at all. One more thing. If you guys didn't see today's video, it posted literally minutes before I went live because I forgot to hit the upload button about 4 hours ago. And I didn't notice it until I was setting up the live. So if you didn't watch today's video, which most of you probably haven't, you can go check that out. It's up now. Go enjoy it. Have a great week. We'll see you later, guys.